What is good, everyone? It is your favorite multi-cardboard selling producer,
Izoki.
and
your favorite multi-cardboard selling singer and songwriter, Angelis, myself,
today we're going to be reacting to and breaking down the music production
and singing
of SB19 Visa, our first SB19 comeback together. Words cannot express our excitement. Without further ado, me, a music producer, her, a singer. Don't believe me? Here is me being acknowledged by one of the biggest K-pop groups in this world. Breaking down the music production side
and singing
of this song and all of your favorite music, because we know that not a lot of you know much or anything at all about the music production side
and singing
of your favorite music. No worries, we got you. Here to break that all down for
you
in the simplest way possible, so you can connect with your favorite music on a deeper, more personal level. Trumpets?
Hey!
Sabi ng marami, swerte raw ang matatapos ka ng tae. Sabi na iloyo ng nilagad at sila na may pinay. Amoy tagumpay, panay sa husay, kalibreng sagay, wag lang bubuka. Ako sa operay, wala patusay, balikan mo na talimin ni Aray.
Teka lang! Hindi naman kailangan pang ito ipayabang. Hahayaan ko na lang ang mga madlang people na umawit ang mundong aking tinagusan. Ano raw? Teka down! Tunay ka maingay when you don't have to make a sound. And that's what's up! Come on, let's be like, yeah, I'm top! Tandang-tanda ka ba nung araw ang biling? Sa bulala ako'y nag-bang-bang-bang.
Such a catchy trumpet melody.
Kasi ngaya ako ay
Hey, Pablo! So crazy! Oh!
Such a catchy melody.
Ang hirap talagang lumipad kahit na may patunay na kaya mo na kailangan pa ng visa. Pag mo nakita, big ko naman hanap na
The bounce is so addictive of the drums.
lahat sa aking sinahin ng patay, nagreklamo pang lang tayo kanin. Sorry, pasensya ka na. Alam kong napagod ka sa pagbayahang balusin kita. Tandang-tanda ko ba ng parang umiling? Sabi ko na lahat gawin na bang, bang, bang.
Ken and the trumpet are so in sync.
That transition was smooth.
What if kalmahan lang natin? Let's go. Dito, masaya lang kahit may lahat na para bang pagkati lang. May sa baba sa taas
Okay.
meron lang David, Pasco, M, Jacinto, Oro, Trico, Bruno,
Love his
Nico, Joseph, ay
It's so
baka
choppy.
naman Pablo.
Like the boing sound. Batman.
The vocal placement of the song is amazing.
Wala pa rin dating. Kahit na ano pa ang gawin. Why, Vic, wala pa rin dating.
The Brazilian funk drums is so bouncy.
It's great.
First impressions, the music production starting off with a detuned trumpet, but then of course it goes into the correct scale, correct key, and everything sounds as one. The drum bounce of this entire song, excluding the outro, was a Brazilian funk drum pattern. They fused two cultures into one. The culture of Brazil through sounds and the mother language of the Philippines. As we can see right here, their visa is denied due to their heritage being seen, perceived as coming from a poor third world country, whereas if they were Korean, if they were Chinese, if they were Japanese, they'd be able to go anywhere in this world. Why? Because it is a first world country, but truth be told, that is completely insignificant because the talent of these 5 human beings is immeasurable to that nobody else in this world could compare to. If they were not from the Philippines, they would be so much bigger than they already are. But it is simply that ignorant perception that you are from X country, you do not deserve to have X amount of success, even though you are more talented than those in the first world countries. The music production in itself enabled them to have all of that space to be able to deliver their message in the clearest way possible, with a simple melody coming from a brass instrument, from a trumpet, and then at the very end, amping up the drum pattern, going from the Brazilian funk drums to now a 4 on the floor, more so house music drum pattern, just for that final outro to make everything hit so much more impactful. Overall composition and arrangement of the production, my friends, was immensely simple. The rest was filled in immensely well with their vocals. That is in the production. What were your first impressions?
Let's talk about the video. I thought it was very unique, and it was very surprising to see how everything seemed to be very vivid with like the colors and everything. Amazing. I would say vocal wise, it was very diverse. They played around with different tempos, since I noticed different flows as well. Surprisingly, the one that stood out to me the most was Pablo and Josh. Well, I would say everyone, but Pablo and Josh, they did an amazing job. I'm just very excited to break down what they actually did.
So now, let's break down the production and the vocals. Right here, the detuned trumpets, as we can clearly see here in visual form, starting off like that to catch you off guard, give that sense of imperfection, for once that perfection does come in and everything sounds cohesive with the trumpet melody that comes right after this one, it impacts you in such a more impactful way in here. Not only did the scale finally set in, simply meaning the X amount of keys played in this song, thus creating the scale, the key of the song, but the way that it transitioned was at such a quick crescendo, rising tension of intensity, simply meaning the velocity, how hard the notes were hit, were played. Thus, dun-dun-dun-dun, such a satisfying sound transition into this beautiful introduction of the song.
Marami swerte raw ang makatapit ka ng tae. Sabi na iloyo ng nilagad at sila na may pinay. Amoy tagumpay, banay sa husay, libreng sagay, walang bubuka.
First off, yes, he is him 100%. I love how they started off with Ken. Dum 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 dum. That is a sub bass playing that bass line, following along with the melody of the trumpet. Dun 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 dun. But utilizing a sub bass as the bass line with that melody. And now that dun 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 little transition, my friends, that was a super simple brass run, transitioning into the next section of the verse in a fluid way. Because though it does sound immensely simple, that doesn't mean it has to be boring. Adding those little accents, little runs, little tiny riffs of instrument turns a mediocre basic production into one that is special, unique in its own way, and emphasizes everything that they are expressing at such vivid pace.
When Ken jumped in, his phrasing was very slow, even though he was rapping. And as he sped up, a little whisper in the song made everything feel much more textured and with more dynamic.
Tagumpay ka ni sa husay, kilibreng sakay, walang bubuka. Ako sa ambray, wala pa tusay, balikan mo na taliming aray.
Teka lang.
Dong, that is a brass stab being reversed, thus creating that dong riser transition into Josh's verse. Very nice little minuscule detail. Instead of utilizing a normal riser, they reversed a sound that was already in the production, the trumpet, keeping that essence of brass throughout the entirety of the soundscape.
It's very cool that Ken was grounding everything with a lower pace, darker tone in his voice, still rapping, and then Josh jumps in and he raps, but the only difference is that he goes above in his register, so he's leaning more in this either mix and head voice.
Ako sa ambray, wala pa tusay, balikan mo na taliming aray.
Teka lang. Di naman kailangan pang ito ipayabang. Hahayaan ko na lang ang mga madlang pipulang umawit ang mundong aking tinagusan. Ano raw?
Nice little boing sound effect. That is a very uncommon sound that we do not hear in any music unless it is clown music. The fact that they are adding these comedic sound effects simply emphasizes the fact that they can absolutely deliver even the most serious message in their own way. Why? Because there is no rules. They make the rules. That is why they are the kings.
Something else I want to point out, the writing of the song is very dynamic. You hear that sometimes they say what or like some whispers. That's pretty cool because it feels more like a story instead of just a song of like being sad or upset for what happened to them. So it's pretty nice.
Hayaan ko na lang ang mga madlang pipulang umawit ang mundong aking tinagusan. Ano raw? Teka deal. Tunay ka maingay when you don't have
DJ
to make
Scratch
it.
Effects.
That's what's up. True, let's get
Riser. The trumpet melody gives his vocal so much space. Pew,
No.
pew, pew.
Pablo, the GOAT. Incredible. It's super cool to hear him in this airy tone in his voice while everyone else was adding so much anger to everything. He just created this beautiful switch up that was very unexpected because even the beat got a bit quieter when he came. Amazing.
Into what she said about the beat, how it gave that illusion of quieter. The trumpet melody, the dang 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 dang, it was simply put down an octave, going down an area on the keyboard, utilizing the same exact melody, except in a deeper tonality. That enabled him, his voice, to flow so smoothly the way that it did. And of course, that little pew 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 along with the video adds so much life, so much more movement, so much story, not only in the video but in the soundscape in itself. My friends, they do not make songs, they make audible movies.
That was so slow. Hey! That amazing duo, Pablo and Stel, because Pablo is starting this soft, very grounded tone in his voice, and then slowly elevated it and made it more forward to essentially his face to add that amazing emotion, add that power that normally he leans towards, and then still jumped in and not only added those beautiful, amazingly technical vocals in his voice, but also added so much anger and so much fullness.
The music production, it didn't really switch up that much. What was added was a little dang dang dang, another trumpet intertwined with Stel's melody, fusing the production, instrumentation with the melody of their vocals into one beautiful synergy. And now, not only did they give us a beautiful chorus, but this post-chorus where Justin's just smiling like a beautiful, majestical chipmunk is
Chipmunk.
catchy and it hits you right here.
This is what I mean, that even songwriting and how they're interpreting the song makes it feel more like a storytelling. Because even in the last run right there, you guys can correct me, maybe it's Pablo, but you can hear like a like if he was about to puke, which is super interesting because most singers don't really do those risky sounds in their voice because they are scared of not sounding as clean. But he was able to manage it, and I actually like that sound.
That in itself adds a texture to the overall soundscape of the production. It makes this very happy, bouncy, jolly production not be directly on that path and sound a little bit more like them by adding something that would truthfully be seen as a complete opposite, nasty.
I love the accent.
The trumpets following along with his vocals so nicely.
It's so cool to hear the overlay of their vocals without them sounding so smoothly. I would say Estelle's voice sounds beautiful, of course, by itself, but I feel like production-wise there were moments where he would take like a second take of it and it sounded very different from the first layer, and it just adds more character and fullness, which is nice. That run was crazy.
Another brass instrument was added here. This one sounds a little bit more dun-dun. That is a nice sequence of stabs, which a stab, my friends, it is the cousin of a chord. Chord would usually sound like dun, whereas a stab is just like that, except dun, like a stab that adds more movement without overtaking the overall soundscape of the production.
It's so nice to see. Another duo that I really enjoy would be Justin and Stell. The way they switch is so seamless that if I'm listening to the song with my headphones on and I'm not looking at the video, I wouldn't be able to tell or distinguish when that transition happened. Amazing.
Really? They're not gonna accept the visa for him?
Look at his face!
Look, first that smile of an absolute sweet innocent boy, and then this man, you could count him as Korean at this point. Like, look at him, look at his skin. They love white, right? The whole world loves white.
I don't have his face, come on. And he doesn't look dangerous, so yeah.
Forget Justin. At this point, he's Justin Jinwoo.
Jinwoo?
Yes.
Why Jinwoo?
He's the main character of Solo Leveling.
I don't know, sir. I don't know what that is.
I know, it's okay. I forgive you for your unculturedness. Long trumpets, crescendoing along with his voice.
No, Justin's belts are so clear, crystal clear, like a beach. It's impressive how he's able to not only hold them, but also make you feel what he's feeling in such an amazing technique. Because he doesn't break anything, he doesn't stutter or make any sound that might disrupt the notes. Everything sounds so smooth. Every change that he does in his vowel movement is so seamless that it's hard. That's amazing. And how Ken jumped in with that whispery tone in his voice. I'm excited to see what he does this time.
There's no need to ask, for we already know the answer. Look at the way he's sitting down.
I'm gonna give something to him. His outfit is actually amazing. I think it's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, mine too. I can tell he skinned that cougar alive.
No!
And you see, he's not waiting for an answer from the immigration lawyer.
So he just did like this. He's pissed off.
He's just expecting it already. He's not asking, he's telling them.
Like, it's so cool. The gloves are like right here.
He's got a damn metal ring on his finger. You do not want to be punched by him.
Exactly.
That man's got an anchor on his finger.
And his face is like...
He's got Mr. Krabs' house on his finger.
Don't mess up with him.
I
think that was Pablo. Nah, I have to stop. You guys heard where Josh's voice was sitting? That placement was amazing. The transition was amazing because Ken was slowly rising, and then just Josh jumps in and adds this beautiful head voice with attitude, which can be hard because most singers can like have a struggle with getting to that point and finishing the whole sentence. But he did it such an amazing way, and I'm so surprised.
I've been waiting for this day, and it finally arrived. Look what the hell this is right here. Cause yeah, I'm the greatest. That's damn right.
aside how beautiful Pablo's voice sounds with the whole group, he carries so much emotion and so much natural grit in his voice that even when everyone is singing, some of them are singing a darker tone, some of them are singing a lighter tone, he always seems to be so special because you can notice his voice. And even when he stops singing, only because of that beautiful gifted voice that he has.
What if kalmahan lang natin? Let's go. Dito, masaya na
Hey.
kahit may
Nice
lahat na
sound
para
effects of
bang
the
pagkatilaw.
Coach
May sa
so
baba sa
minimal,
taas
but
meron na
adds so much
David, Basco,
movement
Emma,
and life.
Cinto, Oro, Trico, Bruno, Nico, Joseph, ay baka naman, Pablo!
Dun, 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 dun. A very nice little string run right there that would sound like it is coming from one of the old 1960s Batman movies. Very nice transition. It adds so much more uniqueness to the overall progression, soundscape, movement of the production. And of course, as soon as he opens up the passport and that odor comes out, the noise that plays makes perfect sense. We all know what that is. That's nasty.
This is one of my favorite parts of the song. Pablo in this song was able to have two moments where the beat was mostly silent, so his voice was able to send the message, either storytelling, songwriting aspect. And I feel like he just did an amazing job here, because not only he got into character, but also he made it seem as he was telling you a dark secret with that slow pacing voice, as I'm saying right now. And he immerses the listener even more to the lyrics, as if he was speaking directly to you. That man is laughing. Hey!
Go on the floor.
This part is so catchy. Such a smart move for the song.
Wala pa rin dating. Kahit na ano pa ang gawin. Why make wala pa rin dating.
This song has so many different textures in each member. It's insane. Just having one sentence be sang and then adding a bunch of people singing at the same time to add that protest sound in their voice, and it just aligns perfectly with the storytelling of the song. They outdid themselves here.
A beautiful way, extending onto what she said, of sending a message through art. Phenomenal.
The disrespect.
SB19 Visa. What does this get from us, my friends? That's gonna do it for this one, okay? Thank you so much for watching. We hope you learned a thing or two. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one, okay? Much love, Izoki.
And Angelis.
Out.